Defining a new era in men's health. No shortcuts, just results. Get stronger and healthier by putting your health back in order at Game Day Men's Health. We offer services like testosterone replacement therapy, peptide therapy, ED, medical weight loss, and vitamin therapy. In spaces designed for men. Privacy, comfort, flat screen TVs, and zero fluff. Our in-house lab nails down your testosterone levels in 15 minutes. Get in, get treated, and get back to your passion and purpose. Call 615-420-2700 to set up your free testosterone test and consultation. Mention Nashville Fit for 10% discount off your first service. Start living your best life. Game Day Men's Health, Green Hills.
Yo, what's going on, Nashville Fit fam? We are live. We've taken our show on the road, Sav. We are here at Stretch Zone, this time in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Murfreesboro is really familiar to me, Sav, because I went to college here.
Oh, that's right. MTSU.
Is it? You're not going to hold your mic? You don't want us to hear you? There you go. Okay, I just didn't know if you wanted to participate in the show today or not. I thought I was going to, just have a conversation with myself. You're like, is it? Yeah, okay.
I'm really good at my job.
So we're here. As much as I need to get on the table, I haven't gotten on the table today to get stretched out.
Yeah, you need to.
Huh?
You need to.
Yeah, because I knew you were going to judge me on that. If you guys don't know, Sav is like the mobility, flexibility queen.
You know what's funny though is I don't give you a hard time about that. You bring it up every time. You're like, I don't do mobility, and Sav always gives me a hard time, and I'm like, I don't say anything.
The truth is, Sav, I'm insecure about it. Every time I see you post a video and you're like sitting your butt on the ground, like I really wish my hamstrings did that.
You don't need that much.
All I see is a pulled hamstring every time.
You don't need that much, just enough.
No?
You know, like
what's enough?
Like whatever is gonna. Honestly,
expert.
You might not need as much, like more than you think, because if you're getting through the things that you want to get through, like I always tell people, you just need the mobility for the things you like to do. Like if you like to run. Like,
I'm cool with where I am now. Okay, cool.
It depends on how you feel, but we can get into that later.
Well, yeah, I feel like I ran into people for a living for a long time.
Yeah.
Most days. So yeah.
You're probably all right.
I'm all right.
Probably okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I won't bring it up
I'm not going to give you a hard time.
Maybe, possibly soon. Anyway, guys, as you can see, we are here at Stretch Zone in Murfreesboro again, and we have two very special guests. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself, because like Sav and I, you guys are very similar, but also very different in what your entrepreneurial pursuits are. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Carly. Just joking because I didn't get that introduction. That's okay.
Oh, well, that's why I said introduce.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
This is
I'm
Carly.
super excited.
This is Carly, guys.
There we go. So backstory, I guess I really didn't do much for fitness growing up, but it wasn't until I had my son about 12 years ago that I was like, whew, I need some help. And then just fell in love with yoga, and then I wanted to do those like cool arm balances, so I started doing CrossFit, and then I thought I would own a yoga studio, but had no business background or certifications or whatnot, so I said, well, I guess let's just figure that out, and so I started getting certified in yoga, and then I moved to Denver. I was in Michigan at that time, and I opened up my first yoga studio with just a lot of spirit. Really just loved the fact of fitness and what it can do for you, and mobility and flexibility always was was great for me. So anyway, I did that for 6 years. I took over ownership of a CrossFit gym as well. I became a CrossFit coach, managed another CrossFit gym while I was doing that too. And then I decided that kind of journey was at least coming to a close for a little bit, and then moved over to Franklin, Tennessee, where I found a job posting for a general manager for Stretch Zone. And I said, what? I can stretch myself. I don't need Stretch Zone. That's weird. And then I started to see the posting again and again and again. And so I said, all right, I'll take a look at what this Stretch Zone thing is. Looked online at the website, learned about it a little bit, talked with the owner, and then 2 days later, I was out in training in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for 2 weeks, getting my certification in that, and then opened up a Stretch Zone in Franklin, Tennessee, and here we are, 3 years later almost. We have Murfreesboro, we've got the Brentwood location as well, and I get to meet some really cool people that love fitness and really like-minded businesses, and it's been great.
So it's my understanding that you're about to take over all of Middle Tennessee. Is that correct? Because you're downplaying it a whole lot.
I mean, you have done some stuff already, though. Like owning a CrossFit gym, owning a yoga studio for 6 years. Like after having a kid, like man, you're on a roll.
I mean, I just love fitness. What can I say?
Yeah.
But I think I would love to take over all of Middle Tennessee one day. We're also approaching south, so we're opening the Thompson Station location here in June. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And we'll see where that takes us. Yeah.
Yeah. So Stretch Zone is very familiar to me and probably Matt as well, because like this is like the training room for us. This is what we do post workout, hard days. We had 2 days. I'm not, during camp, kind of the same. And so with Matt is a ex-baseball player, now business owner of Recovery Zone. Tell us a little bit about yourself as well, Matt.
Yeah, so my name is Matt Riley. I own Recovery Zone, which is a holistic sports recovery business. My background kind of starts from the baseball. I was drafted out of high school in the 3rd round. Went to junior college for 1 year and then signed professionally with the Baltimore Orioles. And during that journey, I made it to the big leagues at 20 years old, which is pretty fast at that time. But the rest of the career wasn't as fruitful as the beginning. I dealt with multiple injuries such as Tommy John and shoulder injuries.
Can you briefly explain what that is?
So Tommy John is a torn UCL, which is the ulnar collateral ligament right there in the elbow. And it happens with a lot of pitchers. And if you follow baseball today, you're seeing a lot of pitchers right now that are dealing with this injury. Mm-hmm. It's basically just overload of stress in the elbow area, and it'll snap the ligament in there, and it's impossible to throw a baseball if that ligament is busted. So, the rehab with it is about 18 months as well, so it really affects your overall career when that type of injury happens. So it's just like I felt like every time I came back from the injury, I'd get healthy 18 months later, and then boom, it popped again. So.
And you were a pitcher, correct?
Yes. I was a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah. Wow. So, yeah. That's a lot of stress on that joint.
Which they say left-handers are harder to hit. At your peak, what were you throwing?
My highest was 99.
Oh, I'm going yard, Terry.
Yeah.
I'm going yard, Terry. Yeah. I'm taking that. I'm taking that to the. No, I'm totally kidding.
But I'll tell you, funny enough, I was throwing the hardest I've ever thrown in my life at the end of my career when I was like 31, 32.
Cool.
It's because you had 2 new Tommy Johns.
Yeah,
that's why.
People don't realize you take that ligament out and put a tendon in there. Yeah, the tendon's twice as strong.
Yes.
Right? So it's like you actually see people like parents talk about, I want my kid to get Tommy John. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want
it's kind of like
the rehab that goes
you need a hip
that.
Replacement. Like you get the hip replacement, and then you have like a bionic hip, especially with what they have these days, like the technology. But it's like you don't want to get there. You don't want to I want a hip replacement.
That, yes, you definitely want to avoid it. So that's kind of like through my baseball career and dealing with injuries, and then when I retired, I got into the sports with kids. I've been training kids in baseball and for the last 12 years, and I'm still seeing a ton of injuries and overuse injuries in youth sports. And there was actually a study that just came out the other day from Dr. Andrews that said that more youth players are getting Tommy John surgeries than actual adults, like major league players, is because of the usage with the kids. So
I totally agree.
I want to get into that. The travel ball, kids. Everything. Travel ball. You have you play so much more now. I can't remember who it was, but it was a professional baseball player that I saw. My source is TikTok, but he was
good source. Can be a credible source,
right? Incredible source. But he was saying his son is starting to get into baseball, but his son is only going to play baseball during baseball season. They're not doing travel. He said when spring comes, we're playing baseball. Other than that, we're not on the road. We're not traveling. One, because I want to have a life with my son outside of baseball. I don't want it to be, this weekend we got to go to Alabama to have a game.
Baseball, yeah.
And then to your point, it's overuse. And I tell parents the same thing. That's why I don't train kids. It's because let them go play the sport. we'll deal with the specifics later. If they're good, I'll see them again. If they're not, then that's okay.
So
I don't want you
though.
to waste your money. Like, because you bringing them in here, we're doing ladder drills. That's not going to make them a better football player. Let them go play football, or let them go throw a baseball. That's how you learn to throw a baseball. We can get into the pitching coach and get into the mechanics of it. We can teach him how to bring his hips to it. We can get him stronger in the offseason. We can get him all of that.
Parents, do you think there are more cases than there should be of kids who maybe aren't going to get to that level, but their parents push them anyways, and then they're doing full year-round baseball or football or whatever?
That's the majority. To your point, that's the majority. 1% of the 1% is going to go.
But
that, like he said,
trying.
that doesn't happen. He's a 20-year-old left-handed pitcher at 20, just happened to, get, not I won't say just happened, but got drafted. How many people do you know growing up playing baseball that at 20
rare.
was working at Verizon or, whatever life took him just in college? It doesn't happen. And so that's the other part you have to tell parents is you're going to dump all this money and you're going to grow up, or your kids are going to grow up and you're not even going to know them because all you know is them as a baseball player, a basketball player, a football player.
Then they have identity issues later, I'm sure,
You're going to have that regardless. But
issues like that, but then also the injuries that they're going to get at such a young age so that when they're older, they can't even participate in a league, not a little league, but actually enjoy their life because of the injuries that they sustained as a young kid. Because I see a ton of kids that are way too tight.
Yeah, and I want to get into what you do specifically and what you do. Why is that word kicking my butt right now?
Specifically is a hard word.
Yeah,
trust me, I get it.
That SP was taking me through
I get
there.
you. I struggle with that one too.
Hey there, waxing enthusiasts. Are you ready to experience the ultimate in smooth skin and pampering? Get ready to say goodbye to those pesky hairs with Wax in the City Brentwood, your new go-to for all things waxing and beyond. My name is Greg, and my wife and I recently opened our studio doors right here in Brentwood, Tennessee, and we can't wait to welcome you. Unlike those speedy wax joints, we take our time treating you like family every step of the way. Our Premier Club Orange membership is the key to unlocking a world of smoothness. Enjoy 50% off your first visit, a $25 gift card, and 20% off your monthly service of choice. But hurry, we started with 50 memberships and only 15 are left. Ready to join the club? Book now and experience the Wax in the City difference. Follow us on Instagram at Wax in the City Brentwood for all the latest updates and exclusive offers. Once again, that's Wax in the City Brentwood, where smooth skin and pampering await.
There with you.
But first, we have to get into the basket of debate. I know we've already literally started a debate, but we have to go through the whole debate. Today's debate is brought to you by Defiance Fuel. That is our water of choice. This is my camera, Trent. Defiance Fuel.
I love that you love to find the camera.
Very hydrating.
Is this my camera?
Our basket of debate, you're going to just grab one of those out of there. Just one. Yep. No. You'll grab one of those, and then we'll go around. We'll read those out loud, and we'll kind of get into our viewpoints of this. Now, the basket of debate is a little different than Stretch Your Intellect. Stretch Your Intellect is just a fact. This one is a debate, so we want to hear everyone's opinion on whatever your piece of paper says. Okay, cool. We got it. All right. I know Sav's over there struggling with the
Terry's
water.
helping me open my water like I'm a child. Okay. Can
all right,
you just come everywhere with me?
While Sav is unwrapping hers. So, is it appropriate to wear makeup to the gym?
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters? Yes, it's appropriate?
Yeah. I mean, are you going to look worse when you're done? Yeah.
I think do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel good about it. It's like the same question could be asked in general. Is wearing makeup appropriate or necessary? Sure, if she wants to wear makeup, then fine, let her wear makeup.
I went to work first. I put my makeup on. Am I supposed to take my makeup off before I go to the gym? I already have it on. Can I just go lift some weights, please?
Yeah. So
a lot of it is really stays on there too. You can sweat a lot and it'll stay.
Yeah.
So
I have a running joke with my clients. I don't know what my clients look like in real life because they don't come to me made up. So when I see them, I was like, oh wow, That's what you look like in real life. Because you always come, no makeup, no lashes, no hair. It's just like, I just got up and I got here. It's like, oh, okay, wow, I have no clue who these people are in real life. So I always joke with them about that.
I don't wear makeup when ever. Like, I stopped after quarantine. I used to, it was minimal before that. Like, I'd wear, like, maybe some mascara, maybe some foundation to, like, smooth out the skin looking kind of thing. Maybe some eyeliner here and there. But
you still
now
in
it's
your
like
20s?
No, I'm 30.
Dang,
I'll be
girl.
31.
There you go.
Thank you.
Something just happened over there.
She told me I look like I'm still in my 20s, and I want to be living on that for the next month. So appreciate you, girl. That was girl code right there, is what you just saw. All right.
What is yours, Sam?
I hate this question because I don't. Cardio versus weights, which is the superior workout, and neither is superior to the other. But if I have to pick one, what do you think I'm gonna pick?
Hopefully weights.
Yes.
Okay.
If you had to eliminate cardio, which I've done for like an entire year, I did, suffer the consequences of not doing cardio ever. But I don't think I could sacrifice weight training now that it's a part of my life. Like that, to me, I just don't think anything is superior. I just think like if you have to have one or the other, that one's going to give you a lot more bang for your buck than cardio.
Yeah. Sounds like superior.
I feel like, I guess so.
Touche.
I guess so.
I'm gonna agree. I'd say I'd rather pick up weights, but I definitely have gotten like my heart rate up higher with weights than I have with the traditional cardio. So I do say the weights are superior.
I just think the thing with cardio is like it's used for weight loss a lot. When it's like think about like what we actually need cardio.
And
exercise like cardio
discomfort.
Respiratory function, like if you think about that, then it makes a lot of sense, but like we glorify cardio as the weight loss, and it's like I feel like weightlifting can accomplish that just as much, if not better.
And you get toned.
Right, exactly, and strong. Absolutely. And functional.
I think you made your argument as superior, Sav.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, I'd say weights as well for me. Even though Recovery Zone has some cardio tones to it with like our infrared pod, it's more of like passive cardio. But I definitely feel like weights are definitely more beneficial.
Talk dirty to me. Passive cardio? What?
So,
sign me. Sounds like sign me.
So that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
That sounds like a dream to me.
I mean, like you can burn up to, 30 minutes in the infrared, or in our infrared pod, you can burn up to 600 calories in 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
And just lay there and you can watch TikTok or whatever on your phone while you do it. So.
Don't tell too many people about that. If you're not weight training, don't resort to that yet. That sounds awesome though.
Yeah, no, it really is. But I just feel like weights are kind of the base of it all though. And I think for some people as they get older, worn out joints and muscles, cardio becomes a little bit harder.
Right.
Yeah, cardio is so high impact on your joints that it really takes a lot on your body.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well.
So, I'm torn on this one.
He's going to say cardio.
I'm not. It's clearly weights for me, but I think you can lift weights in so many different ways. And you can lift weights that make it feel like cardio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, there's nothing like, as much as I like lifting heavy, there's nothing like a high pace, high intensity, like dripping sweat, heart beating fast,
get it done
type of workout, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which technically is cardio, right? Also, like, there's a side of me that, like, on days like today, like just go for a run. Like, all right, we're outside, it's beautiful. I'm gonna go run 3 miles. So I don't know that I could completely eliminate. Also sprinting, I love the sprint.
Sprints.
I don't know that I could completely eliminate cardio and only do weights. But if we're picking one or the other, then I have to go with weights because I think it is the most superior form. Because you can slow it down to build muscle. You can speed it up to make it feel like cardio. If you ever done squats, heavy squats the right way, your heart rate is super elevated. Mm-hmm. If you eliminate that rest time, like there's so many different ways you can kind of play with how you lift to make it feel differently. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, Carly.
We're all on the same page.
All right, let's go. Should gym memberships come with nutrition counseling?
No.
It depends.
Are you paying extra for it?
Right. That's why I said no. That's why I said come with, so that means no, right? So
Well, you work at a personal training studio. I work
do.
at a group fitness gym where I do personal training, but it's not mainly personal training. So you probably offer it or don't offer it depending on like your package pricing or whatever. Because I think it definitely is a whole other. I think it depends.
Personal training, yes. With a gym membership, like I'm just coming to your class.
It's extra.
I'm not, and I say, hey, Sav, can I have a meal plan? You're gonna say, yeah, but it's gonna cost you. No, I paid $79
Exactly.
to come
So
here.
the gym I work is you have a membership and then you have that as like an add-on that you can pay more. Yes.
Yeah.
You can pay more for that, and I also think like it matters who you're getting that advice and that guidance
Also,
from.
yes.
You know?
Is it just a PDF
Yeah.
form, and who's telling you how to do it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
the front desk girl doesn't get to tell me how I should eat, so.
Unless she's a certified or licensed dietitian.
In which case she's in the wrong job.
Right.
Right.
Something happened.
Why are you the front desk
She's not
girl?
good at one or the other. I don't know. She's at the front desk
But
and not in the office in the back.
I
might have some questions
really
for her.
believe that the future could be awesome in like healthcare, and if under the same roof you had somewhere like this, and then you had a chiropractor in house, you had a nutritionist in house, you had a massage therapist in house, you had your personal trainers in house, and everybody was under the same roof, then you could find all of your network of health and wellness professionals under one roof. But that doesn't exist because capitalism. We're all over the place, and you got to go find them. But yeah.
Well, there is a place. We can't give them a shout out, but there is a place that kind of is very similar to that. But if they decide they want to pay us, then we'll talk about it.
Okay, I like that plan.
If they want to pay me, I'll talk about
Just say
them too.
that their colors are red and black. I'll just say that.
Okay.
All right.
Should gym memberships include personal training sessions? That's a no for me personally.
Same deal.
That's absolutely not.
What's the gym? I mean, is it just your typical?
Planet Fitness does.
Yeah.
But I also never. Planet Fitness does.
Okay, good. Got it.
Hey, Megan Thee Stallion, how we doing?
I think that gym memberships are fantastic for group memberships or for coming in and doing your own thing. And I think in order to make it accessible for your typical person, why make it complicated? Just let them come into the gym and learn how to fall in love with fitness. And if they want to take it to the next level, they're going to meet somebody by showing up to that gym, no matter what gym that is. They might go, okay, well, and then I learned about Recovery Zone, and then I learned about Stretch Zone, and I actually went to both, and now I'm actually getting personal training. So no, I agree.
I think it's important, the same kind of thing, because I think people view personal training sessions, especially if they're like grouped in with a gym membership, just like, oh yeah, if you want to do one-on-one, it's like, that's my living, and I take it very seriously as a personal trainer, and I definitely feel like I give a lot of value with what I do, so it's gonna be separate from the gym.
And you have to date, right? You have to date your person.
Yeah.
You have to find the right personal trainer.
I like how you put that. Yes. I knew exactly what you meant, because I call my consultation, it's like a first date. We're literally filling each other out to see if I like you, do you like me, is it a good fit?
Yeah, because we might just yell at each other the whole time.
Yeah,
it's
there's a lot of value
It's very
in that.
intimate.
Exactly.
In how you choose a trainer, even in how I do. We're only going to do this for probably 3 or 4 minutes. Then we're going to start the workout, and that's when I'm going to talk to you.
Right.
Because you are who you really are when you're tired. I'll get to know who Carly is when she starts breathing heavy. Does she curse? Does she roll her eyes? Does she get quiet? Does she retreat? Does she have negative self-talk? Oh my God, I can't believe I've gotten this fat. I'm this out of shape. Who do you become? And that tells me how I'm going to coach you. That tells me how I'm going to program
and
for you.
And you can't
That
really
tells me where
see
you
that
are.
in group fitness.
No.
As much as you might want to, as much as I would like to as a coach, even if I do, I can't really address it because, it's a group class. They're there for however long, and then they're, okay, bye. Say hi to your husband.
Make sure you stretch, bye.
Right. So I think there's a lot of value in both, but I think there's separate things, and if you're going to offer that as part of a gym membership, it definitely needs to increase the value significantly. And you need to make sure you're paying your trainers. That, I will say it.
Say it again.
With my chest.
Say it again.
You got to pay your trainers.
Pay your trainers.
Because that's incentive for them to be there, and you're giving them incentive to be there by giving them a roof and a facility and equipment and things to use, but your coaches are your gym. Your coaches are your value, and your employees.
And that's what I say about Stretch Zone is that we're like one-on-one personal training, but it's stretching. Yeah. And we do all the work for you. So it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Well, since you opened that door, tell us a little bit more about Stretch Zone and what someone can expect. I walk in.
Yeah.
Never heard of you guys. I was on my way to Domino's next door. I saw this and I said, hey, I came in here. Hey guys, I'm waiting for my pizza. What happens in here?
Yeah, so welcome to Stretch Zone. We've been around for quite a long time, but what we do here is practitioner-assisted stretching, so everything's one-on-one with your practitioners. The people that we recruit, train, and develop, they have exercise science and kinesiology backgrounds, or maybe really in-depth personal training, yoga, physical therapy, those sorts of people.
They've been
but we
vetted.
all get board certified. So the biggest difference from our stretch facility besides others is we're nationally accredited by the same board that certifies massage therapy. So what you get at my Stretch Zone, you're going to get across the nation. But we do 3-month programs, so we'd love to have you in regularly, just like exercise. You got to do it regularly, anywhere from 1 to 4 times a week. We can also give you things that you can learn what to do at home on your own. But the biggest difference from what we do to what you can do is that it's passive stretching, right? So you don't do any of the work. We use our belts, which are patented, help you stabilize to the table. And then that way I can kind of put you where I want you without having to have an assistant. But that way we can really isolate into the muscle tissue as well as the muscle. Feels a lot better, and we don't have to hold it nearly as long in order to get those long-lasting results. So all ages, 14 and up, as old as you can get, we can modify anything. And what to expect when you get in, you walk in the door, someone with a beautiful smile is going to greet you and say, welcome to Stretch Zone. And on your first visit, myself or one of our managers are going to sit down and fill out a form and find out what injuries that you've had, how can we assist and help you, what are your personal goals, and then we'll show you what it's like. Your first session's free, so there's no entry to just figure out what it's like, and then we'll offer a program and we'll go from there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. So what would you say is like the highest, how do I want to put this? Like, what is your most widest demographic? I don't think that's even how I want to say it. Like, what is the most popular type of client that comes in?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Student athletes aren't our biggest, but I would love to get into more. But I would say anyone from the age of 35, really 40 to 60 is probably our main demographic. People that are just starting to understand that how much their work has taken over their body, and how much they need more movement in their lives.
I was going to say, like, if you reverse that and, like, had the opposite, like, 18 to 25-year-olds in here, you might see less of that age group.
I agree, and that's exactly why I was like, I wish we could tap in, and we will eventually. It's just about getting the knowledge and the education about who we are and what we do.
Right.
But it's like, it's educating people that it's important. Like, we just are in this world where we want to go, and do, and the minute that we want to stop and recover, we're like, I can do that on my own. No, I'll be all right. I'm going to watch a YouTube video.
And that's a metaphor for so many things, too. Like, you could say that about your mental health.
Totally.
Your physical health, your emotional health. Like, we don't take that time to, like, address what's going on internally, or address, like, let me give a little TLC to my muscles instead of ripping them to shreds every day, like, which is exactly what happens when we lift weights and do cardio and all of that stuff.
I want to take the time and do the things no one else is willing to do right now, so I can live the way I want to live that no one else will be able to later.
Yeah, there you go.
Money, life, body, spirit, all that.
Let's go. I love it.
Real quick, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back and get into Matt and what he does at Recovery Zone. And then we're going to figure out how these two can play together.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll be right back, guys.
Come try Burn Boot Camp East Nashville for 7 days free. We offer unlimited 45-minute trainer-led workouts that are a mix of strength, cardio, and conditioning. You'll never do the same workout twice. We have complimentary child watch so busy families can get their workouts in, We can also provide complimentary one-on-one meetings with a trainer to set and reach your goals, which includes body analysis, nutritional guidance, and much more. Burn Bootcamp East Nash is the most supportive community you will ever find. We want to help you reach your goals. We never charge late fees or cancellation fees. Give us a try for free today.
All right, we are back, guys, and we're going to get into Matt Riley and the Recovery Zone. You guys are located in Spring Hill?
Yes.
Yes? And tell us a little bit, same question. I walk in the door, Matt, I need to recover because I've been beating up my body. This is a true story. It's my testimony. The beating up my body, what do you guys offer here?
So we offer 5 different products in there. First one that we usually recommend when people first come in there is we put them on our post-electromagnetic field mat, which is essentially grounding. Basically what that's doing is that it's opening up your cellular system to allow to balance out your body, kind of get your oxygen, your blood, and your cells flowing freely through your body. And then what it's doing is it's activating you so that when you go do our hypermax oxygen, it's going to allow you to intake the 900 liters of oxygen more clean and flush out that old stuff to allow the new oxygen to come in and basically refresh your body. So most people that come in are going to go through the whole process. They'll start with the mat, they go to the oxygen, and then they'll go get in our infrared sauna pod, and then they'll finish off with the cold plunge. So it's basically, you'll have people that come in there for an hour and a half, or you may have somebody just coming in there for just using an infrared pod and cold plunge. But most of the time people are coming in there using different or multiple modalities in the same session. Sorry.
Do you have a favorite modality at Recovery Zone that you like? Like if you could just choose one to do right now?
The pod, probably.
Yeah?
The infrared pod.
Sweet.
Just because like the benefits are just insane.
Nice.
Over the cold plunge, because the cold plunge has all the hype right now. I'm going to back you in the corner here, bro.
Yeah.
But the contrast therapy is rising in popularity,
that's why
man.
I gave you the,
for good reason.
Personally, the pod and the cold plunge go hand in hand with each other, because you want to. Typically, what we recommend is doing the infrared pod first, and then going in and finishing on cold, because what we want to do by finishing with cold is activating our natural body's brown fat and cold shock proteins, which is going to heat your body up naturally after you get out of the cold tub. And what a lot of people don't realize is when you get out of the cold tub, you're still burning calories for the next 4 or 5 hours while your body is heating up naturally.
Love it.
Yeah. So we don't recommend cold plunge and then heat, because we want your body to heat up on its own. And not
There's
use
so
an
many
external
benefits
force.
to that too, and it's not just like that you just explained, but it's like you can do hard things, kind of like overcoming that. Like, of course it's freezing. Nobody is can't wait to cold plunge. My body loves this. No. It's like
I see people on Instagram say that every day.
Yeah, because they're so tough. Yeah, right. But it's like not your first. Like it's not like you wake up in the morning and you're like, that's exactly what I want to do right now. I'm sure maybe over time you get to that point, and those people probably But I mean, you get what I'm saying. It's not like the most exciting thing in the world. It's not as comfortable as getting in like a down comforter, with your boo snuggled up, it's not comfortable.
No, I don't
but
look
it makes
forward
you tough,
to it every time. Every time it's a battle. It's a mental battle with yourself.
That first step, that sit down is it's like, all right,
and
you
that first 30 seconds, man, you're searching for that breath to breathe. And
but
then after
can you
30
imagine,
seconds, it gets better and better and better.
Exactly. And if you do it consistently, can you imagine, it's the same as like doing anything hard for the first time and then doing it more and more times. You're like, okay, it's not as hard anymore. No. Look at how far I've come. And then you can look back on that and be like, I can do hard things. Yeah. And then you can handle life better. That's the point of doing hard things. Yeah. It's like, and that's just one of the many benefits of that. So
absolutely. Well, I talk to a lot of my athletes, because I still work with baseball players on the pitching side. And I talk to them about stress in in-game situations. And I'm like, if you can get in cold water that's 45 degrees for 4 minutes, that's tapping into your body's stressors. You're going to learn how to adapt to that better, and it's going to carry over into your play on the field. And I've noticed that, because I have a couple kids that first get in that cold plunge, man, and they are crying like babies, and then after about 4 or 5 times of using it, it becomes easier and easier for them. And then
I bet a teenage boy's like, yeah, I got this.
Oh, those are the most fun to bring in there because they think they're all, man, I got my pool, it was 40 whatever. I'm like, okay, get in this, buddy. And they get in there, they're like, what is this? I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's real cold water.
How much of your athletic background do you use or cause you to get into to this particular business structure? I know, like, as an athlete, like these are things that all of these are things that we use on a day-to-day, like cold tub, hot tub, getting stretched, like mandatory, like, hey, go get in the cold tub after, especially like first day of pass, 2 days, like when you're sore or tough workout, like it was go get in that you had to. Same thing with getting stretched. How much of your athletic background did you use or even the fact that you got injured a lot said, hey, you know what if I could pour back this way?
Yeah, I mean, basically that's the whole part of it. I mean, I did this because of that, because like I said earlier, I seen just a lot of injuries with the youth kids, and they don't have any outlet to go other than, like to go take care of their bodies, just regenerate it and keep it going. Like the stretching and this stuff go hand in hand with each other. Big proponent, because in my baseball career, my first Tommy John surgery, I had a hard time coming back from it, and I actually went and hired a stretching therapist, and I not only came back better, but I came back and won 16 games the next year and made it back to the big leagues after not being there for 4 years. So
let's go.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why, like, what Carly has is fantastic, and that's why it's like I talk about, like, with what we have and what she has, it's a very synergistic businesses where they feed off of each other.
Again,
Absolutely.
you guys are just taking my segues away. Let's talk about how.
We're that good.
Clearly,
I feel like clearly it's a sign you guys are synergizing at the moment.
Let's talk about the synergy between the two businesses, and if you guys have any plans to work together in the future, or creating a program for student athletes, like you said, or anything like that.
Actually, it was interesting. I didn't know Matt was going to be here today until yesterday, and then we were actually emailing each other prior to this surprise engagement today. So I'm headed to the recovery zone tomorrow, so I think we're going to talk a lot more in depth about that. But I just think that I know that I am the specialist of Stretch, and I have no idea what he's doing over at his place. And if I had someone that needed what he needs, I want to make sure they're in the best hands, and vice versa. Absolutely. So there's all sorts of cross synergy going on there, and maybe even be able to do, promotions together, send each other's clients to each other.
Absolutely.
But the sky's the limit. So what thoughts you got?
Yeah, I mean, like,
No pressure, Matt. So what thoughts do you have?
What you think about that?
For me, I know how important the stretching is. Like, it's massive just for, like, that's where we talk about tapping in with the younger athletes.
Yep.
It's so important with the younger athletes, and it's what I'm noticing is the younger athletes will just train, and then train. It's like, okay, well, where does the recovery come from? And that's what we're noticing with, like, a lot of ACL injuries, a lot of hip flexor, injuries with just, younger athletes in general, because they're not understanding that last 20-30% of your sport and your skill comes from recovery and stretching and
right.
diet,
They don't know how much time the 1% actually spends on mobility, flexibility,
Right.
and all the other things that are out there for us, cold plunging and red light sauna. It's massive of how much time they actually spend. The people that are amazing at what they do.
Yeah.
So it needs to be reversed.
I agree. When you look at someone like a LeBron James, who in my opinion is the GOAT,
Yes,
spends upwards of $1 million on his body every year, which is why, like, at 39, he still can perform the way he's performing.
Yeah.
But you guys are doing that for, I think, a lot less. I'm not sure what your prices are, but we can beat it. Like,
Well, he probably has a stretch zone in his house, like with his own private practitioner,
But to that point,
but bringing it to the people.
Yes,
right?
you're bringing.
It to normal people.
That's literally where I was going. Carly,
Sorry,
you want the
my
mic?
bad, my bad.
No, I'm telling you, you're taking all my luster away. You guys are bringing what professional athletes and D1 programs that was just for those people, and now you're bringing it to the general public, just like a lot of workout modalities as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think people understand to your point, the value of a stretch zone or the value of a recovery zone. Because even as athletes growing up, like we knew the grind. That's it.
Yeah. That's
right. Like no one told us, hey, don't forget. They will mention it. Hey, go over there and stretch in the corner, right? But we didn't understand fully like what it meant to recovery, what it meant to go like. Whether that's just sit down, don't do anything today, which is still hard for me to this day.
Your muscles are still working and still getting better and bigger while you're recovering.
That's when they're getting better and bigger, actually.
And the younger athletes, if you think about it, they're so impressionable at that age, and social media really is such in their face that there are more people talking about it, like who are elite athletes that they look up to, that are like, hey, let's talk about recovering just as hard as you train, but like, I think it still could be talked about more. And I'm even trying to be more conscious of like things that I post and like trying to make sure like, yes, like go hard, train hard, because that is how you reach a next level. You have to push past the limit and it has to be uncomfortable. But at the same time, if you balance that with just as much care and TLC toward it, like your body and brain are always communicating. So if you're always telling your brain like, hey, punish me, like your brain's gonna be like, okay, like I don't know how to do this anymore. And then your body shuts down.
Yeah.
In some form or another. It's either an injury or it's you get sick or rhabdo, that happens. And like, so it's a balance, and it's hard to teach young youth athletes that because there's so much stimulation in their face of like, go hard, and it's like, okay, but also it's cool to recover, guys.
It
like,
really is.
Yeah.
And you can really learn a lot about yourself in those moments, just as you can in the hard things. But that's why I was kind of like a unicorn. I had a yoga studio and a CrossFit gym, two crazy biases that people hate both, but somewhere in between is the perfect circle. But you need both in order to be your best self, and you need to know how to be calm and to be relaxed. And you need to know how to go hard in the paint.
That's like some Bruce Lee stuff right there. Like Bruce Lee, he's a calm guy. Like if you watch interviews with him, he's saying some really wise stuff, and he's like very like just flat, middle of the road, because he's calm, and it's like, but then you watch what he can do, and it's like the guy's Bruce Lee. He goes down in history. So it's it's super important.
Yeah, I think what you guys are doing is amazing. I'm still honestly stuck in grind mode. Like that's my favorite place to be. It's hard to sit down and slow down. And even like most professional athletes, you don't really learn the value of it until you're in the big leagues and you're watching your mentor and you're like, you get in the cold tub every day? Okay, well, I guess I got to get in the cold tub. Right. You don't know why. I just know that he was doing it, And so I think the more we talk about it, the more we keep it front facing, I think the more you guys will kind of see an upward trajectory in your businesses.
There's so many athletes in the Spring Hill area that need it so bad. So I'll be excited to really approach those folks here really comes soon.
Yeah,
right?
pretty soon.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we have to get into stretch your intellect.
Shift.
Ironically,
today we are at Stretch Zone.
We're shifting our intellect today in Stretch Zone in Murfreesboro.
Which is normally called Stretch Your Intellect, but we're shifting it today inside of Stretch Zone.
Brought to you by, if
that doesn't blow your mind.
Which one's my camera? Okay, brought to you by Shifted Supplements. There you see that?
I gotta start doing that because that's such a move. Like,
so each one of you guys, this one is a little different than the basket of debates. This is a fact, maybe, usually. Okay, probably.
We just rely on it being a fact because we don't come up with the facts.
And so literally, all you'll do is read your fact out loud, and we'll just kind of like, adding a wrinkle to our brain today. Okay? So, Matt, you haven't started anything yet, so we'll have you start today.
My fact is Keanu Reeves, despite being known for his action-packed roles in movies like The Matrix and John Wick, Keanu Reeves is a skilled musician. He plays bass guitar in the alternative rock band Dogstar during the 1990s and early 2000s.
Let's go. I like Keanu.
Did you know that?
I knew he was a musician. I didn't know about the band, though.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I love
No?
Keanu Reeves, and I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
And
I just
honestly,
envisioned it, and it looked right.
oh yeah.
It looked
Yeah.
right. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So Keanu,
Bill and Ted's
if you're listening and you ever want to jam
There
sometime,
you go. Yeah, like he
that's
already.
Keanu Reeves,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay. You want to go?
sure, I'll
Go
go.
ahead.
Love this one. Feel honored to be holding this one. Serena Williams. Beyond her dominance on the tennis court, Serena Williams is also a savvy businesswoman. She has ownership stakes in the Miami Dolphins and the UFC, and she launched her own clothing line called Serena in, I think it says 2018. It cut off a little bit, but yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. She's a baller.
Yeah.
Serena's the
Serena
goat.
used to be my celebrity crush. Like, when
Oh,
I was
yeah.
younger. Yeah.
Oh,
like
mine
Catwoman
too.
Serena. I said mine too. Finally, we agree on
Gosh, she's
something.
so cool. No, I think like she's not so much a crush as much as like I want to be her. Like
Oh, no,
I
it
just
was a
idolize her
complete crush
so
for me.
much. She's
Yeah.
so cool, and she
She-
doesn't give a what anybody thinks. Like, oh,
You would like this.
so cool.
She did a split on the tennis court. Like she was boom boom, and then she hit it and landed into a split.
of course she did.
In that moment, I said, you know what? I think I love her.
Savage Ray. I'm gonna work on my mobility.
I think I
You might
love
catch
her
your eye
right
if you
there.
can do the splits. Like,
I can't do a split.
dude, Gerell, I'm telling
I will
you.
rip everything.
No, you won't. Not
know,
if you
I'm-
train for it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm telling you, do like a heavy like what is your like 3 rep max for the back squat? Like if you had to estimate right now.
Probably 345.
Okay, so then you do like 3 reps at 345 and then go into the splits, and we'll send that video to Serena, and she's
I'll
gonna be
just-
knocking on your front door tomorrow.
I think her billionaire husband will probably knocking on my front door before. Or send someone to knock on my front door.
Hey, but maybe you guys could go on like a double date or something, you know?
That'd be the worst double date ever, right? I think, what? Are you trying to get me killed, Sam? Do you not like me? Like, my wife is sitting there, I'm staring at Serena like...
You don't. I feel like your wife would be okay with it if it's Serena Williams.
My wife doesn't care at all.
All right,
I'm
your
telling
wife
you.
is a baller.
I mean, she is like, who? Serena? I don't care. Like, what's
Who
that
you
mean?
looking
Like,
at?
what's that mean?
Do the splits for me.
Right, yeah. So we doing splits for Serena now. That's what we doing? That's what we doing out here, okay?
I'm honestly afraid of your wife, and I've never met her.
Tara just met her. She's really nice, man.
I just feel like she's such a badass that like
She is.
You know, like I wouldn't want to mess with her and get on her bad side.
I wouldn't either.
Right on.
Yeah, trust me. I've been over there a couple of
Hence
times.
why I'm
I've
scared
been
of
over there a
her.
couple of times, Sav. It's not the best place to be, you know?
Oh man.
You want me to go or you want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
I might butcher this. Viola Davis. Is that how you say her name?
Another
Viola,
one.
yep.
Viola Davis. Yep.
Sorry,
Yep.
that's what I said.
Oh,
Nope.
good.
You're good.
Viola Davis. Before becoming a celebrated actress, Viola Davis was involved with theater for many years. In fact, she holds a bachelor's for fine arts degree from Rhode Island College and a master's of fine arts degree from the Juilliard School.
Wow, Juilliard. Wow. She's so cool too.
I like.
She's
that's
great.
another good one, yeah.
Will someone
Her
help me
Instagram
out?
is the most random Instagram though. Have you seen like
I don't follow her, no.
I follow her and she just posts like it'll be something funny when it's never of her. It's just like I thought this was funny and post it or repost
That
it.
feels right.
Yeah. It's-
I feel like she's really an introvert in real life.
I think so too.
But she has a forward-facing career, so she has to kind of
Be on.
be on.
But that she chose that,
yeah,
and
but
that's
it's
smart.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm on camera enough, but
Right.
here's a cat video that I thought was pretty cool. Like,
Exactly. I love it, and it's entertaining.
the,
You know.
the young people said I have to have an Instagram, so here it is, guys. So
Yeah, and it's usually feel good stuff. It's
Yeah.
usually, and sometimes it'll be like with like the times, like you know, a world event going on. Like she's very supportive of like when Black Lives Matter was happening, she was very vocal about it. But yeah, it's usually feel good stuff, and she's just trying to like put stuff out there to make people feel good,
I love
and I love
feel-good
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's like watching the good news, you know?
Yeah.
yeah. All right, I feel like this one again was chosen just for me, and I appreciate you guys for this one. Even though I don't love the content, I love the person. I'll say that. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is my I don't like the word idol, but someone that I look up to, like personality wise, clearly body wise. If I could be 6
Same.
whatever and same.
Can you imagine if I was his size? A little
love
tiny
to see
head.
you. I would love to see that, Sav. Anyway, You can't do the people's eye? No?
No, can you?
What?
The one eyebrow?
This is my camera, Trent?
You gotta look at the camera. This is the perfect moment for that.
Like, it hasn't changed. Stop asking me that. It just feels right to ask the camera, Trent. I know it's mine. It feels engaging to ask.
I still haven't seen it.
Huh?
I still haven't seen the eyebrow.
My face won't work right now.
My face won't
work right now because I'm trying not to laugh. I was trying to do the face, like turn my face into the Rock's face, and then do the. I promise I can do it. Wait,
I can actually see how you could be able to do it. You haven't even done it yet, and I can like actually imagine
I can't
it.
stop smiling. That's why you need all your muscles in your face. That's why he goes stone face first. Anyway, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, before his wrestling and acting career took off, Dwayne Johnson played college football at the University of Miami. Boo! He was a member of the 91 Miami Hurricane National Championship team and even won an NCAA National Championship ring. Yeah, that was before Florida State took over and won 93, 96, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
I don't think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson cares.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. My mentor. There we go.
God, I just watched randomly, like you randomly watched Talladega Nights. I watched San Andreas because it was just on cable television.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think I ever watched this movie, and it's all right.
Just all right?
Have you seen The Day After Tomorrow? It's exactly like that, except it's just about an earthquake. Instead of like
I've seen
everything.
that one. I haven't seen The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. Day After Tomorrow's Dennis Quaid. And that's an older one, I think. Yeah, it's definitely older than San Andreas, but it's the same concept. Like the world blows up, you know, and then there's one hero to rescue the daughter and then the rest of the world. And
sounds about right.
Somebody predicted it all along, and no one listened to that guy, you know.
Of course
one of those.
I'll be that guy if this ever happens. I'm lying. I'm going to get my wife and my daughter.
Gerell, you'd be the one that's like, yeah, whatever. That's not.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here and just keep lifting weights.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not my
Good
duty.
luck out there, guys.
That is not my duty, guys. That's not what I signed up for. I'll motivate you through it, though. Give me a mic, give me a bullhorn, and I'll scream at you through it, you know. Sav,
run faster.
Brace your core up there, Sav. You got it. Yeah, there you go. I got you. Go save him, Sav. Go get him.
There's fire coming after me. It's like, okay, Gerell, I'm freezing.
Don't forget holding your breath. Don't forget to breathe, all right? Like,
burning alive.
Right, stop trying to get you. I will motivate you through the whole thing, Sav, but my wife said I can't die for other people.
I'll probably die anyways. At least I was being coached through it.
Right. I want those thoughts of doubt to take over while you're up there. You know?
Like, you can still win, even in death. All right, let's close this thing up.
We love to let our guests leave us and our listeners with whatever it is that you want to leave them with. It can be inspirational. It can be, hey, stop by the recovery zone, the stretch, whatever your thing is that you want to leave our listeners with. We'll let you go first, ladies first, and then we'll close out, baby. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I mean, when it comes to your fitness and your body, I just want you to consider, like, who is it that you want to help you throughout your life? You know, do you want to surround yourself with people that know what they're talking about, or do you want to just do it on YouTube? You know, it makes such a world's difference in the end of our lives. Most of the people that I deal with are a little bit older, and when I get the time to be with a younger crowd, it's like I try my best. I know your parents are telling you, but listen up. The things you do now is going to change you in the future. And then also, if you are a little bit older, the things you do now will change you in your future. Your body is amazing. It'll adapt and overcome whatever you do.
It's never too late.
It is never too late.
Yeah.
And so, you know, come see Stretch Zone Murfreesboro, Franklin, Brentwood. Your first stretch is free, and we specialize in all sorts of different bodies and issues. So whether you've had a hip or knee replacement, spinal fusion, or you just have joint tightness, come try it out. It's no entry. So the worst case scenario is you're going to leave feeling great, and we're going to give you a high five on the way out the door. So that's what I'll say.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. What about you,
Yeah,
Matt?
and then with me, same thing. Just trying to get people in the door to come in and take advantage. First time in, we actually offer all of our services free for the first time, just to give people an idea of what they're getting themselves into before we ask them to sign up for a membership. And then there's a lot of educational stuff that goes on. We let people know, that we work from kids anywhere from like 11 all the way up to my dad comes in there and uses stuff and he's 81. So it's fit for all demographics of all ages. It's just about making the body feel better so you can go out and perform for the younger kids to perform better in their sport. And for the older crowd, it's more about just creating longevity and consistency on feeling good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right on. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. And I think those messages, like getting that out there to not only people who might need it, but those parents too, you know, because I know that we touched on that. And that's like, you know, parents, get your kids into this recovery stuff because it's going to make them perform better at their sport. It's going to make them, you know, grow up a little bit, I don't know, like more taken care of, you know, and then like less likely to have problems later on in life, you know, so it doesn't have to be normalized. You know, I feel like injury and pain is so normalized in today's day and age. It's like, it doesn't have to be. I think normalizing it is the issue. So anyways, yeah, thank you guys for what you do, and thank you for being here today to talk about it. But yeah, and thank you listeners for listening. Thanks Gerell for co-hosting with me, as always. And yeah, I guess we are signing out. So see you guys next time.